Hey, it's Captain James Nelson here with Dudecraft Guitars. Welcome back. We're going to give you a little quick tip on how to repair minor dings and scratches in your guitar. This one I made a neck for. The customer already had the body, and he even told me when he sent it, he said, James, I can't believe this. I just dinged the body when I put it in the case to send it to you. Well, it does have a little ding. I don't know if you can see it right there. But it's nothing big deal, and the beauty of it is the primer on there is still in, and I think even some of the color coat. So it's still very black. Even still, we're going to use some black CA. And what we do is just take a little bit of masking tape. There's two methods. There's one, you put the masking tape straight over, and then you start sanding away everything to get down to the ding. Another one is you just put masking tape around it, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're just going to do this. Now I've had this bottle around a while, so I may have to give it a little shake. That's it. Now I made it easy because this was already, as you saw, pretty clean. If it's not and you see little chips and you've got to repair those, then have at it. Go in a couple steps. Now there is some accelerator that we have here. This stuff happens to be stuff I get from Rockler, but again, you can find this stuff just about everywhere. And I'm just going to hit it real lightly. You don't want to douse it. You don't want to make it harden up too fast. If you do that, sometimes you'll create little sulfite bubbles and it will actually turn white. We don't want that. We want black. And as you notice, it's still a little bit indented. We're going to grab some, this is 800 meshy sandpaper stuff that I've got. And I'm just going to scuff it up just a little bit and then put a little more CA. You don't want to do this all in one glob. Unless it's shallow enough that you can, that would be great. And if you don't have colored, I could have just used clear and it would probably look out pretty good. And I'm doing this with 800 grit, and notice I'm doing it with the sandpaper on because I don't want to scratch up the rest of the body any more than necessary. And then you get to a certain point where it looks like it's coming out nice and smooth and flat, then you know you're done. Now we're going to remove the paper slowly and carefully and then just blend it in. Nice and slowly, nice and easy. And every once in a while, hit it with a little soapy water. And see how it's just a little bit puffy? Another great trick for that is to grab that razor blade that I set down somewhere and don't know where it is. Use this one. You know, one of the things I like to do too, especially when I start getting to a part where I want it to really blend in with the plane that I'm sanding it on, I'll grab a block and just sand with the block. And notice how that just blends right in. Look at that. Now I'm up to 3,000 grit paper. Now we're going to go with 5,000. Now I think if you look real closely, you'll know where we patch. But for the most part, most people aren't going to even notice that. Plus, by doing this, you're sealing that chip from creating more. Because a lot of times, if you leave a chip open, it's going to crack and blister and start pulling paint off even more. So that's your quick tip on how to do little quick repairs on your guitars. If you like the content, if you like what we're doing here, please hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see other things that we do, hit the subscribe button. You know, that way you'll know when those things are coming up. Really do appreciate it, and thanks again for tuning in to Dudecraft Guitars.